Welcome back to the morning show. It's Wise Guy Wednesday, and as promised, we're flashing back to the 70s. You're going to find out how to learn.
Light up your life. Way back to the 70s now.
You're going to teach us how to make our own lava lamps.
That's right. So let's review what we just saw first. There's all kinds of physics going on here. So first, oil and water don't mix.
That's right.
Now, water and alcohol mixed is fine. And so right here what we have is this thing that I made last time. We have green water on the bottom, then we have oil up on top. The oil is a bit less dense than the water. Then we have a layer of alcohol, which is red on the top. And this is the colors of the Italian flag.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Now, so this tells you that if you were to mix some alcohol and some water together, you should be able to get something that was the same density as oil. You should be able to do that. And so you can do that. And what I've done here is I have some mineral oil that I put in this bottle, and then I put a little bit of oil-based yellow paint in it, so it's yellow. And then I filled the rest of this up with a mixture of water and alcohol where I tuned the mixture just so that this thing just kind of hovers. See that?
It does.
So right now the density of this liquid outside, the clear stuff, is pretty much the same as the density of the oil, so it just sort of hovers, although it goes down to the bottom eventually.
And when you talk about tuning the suspension mixture, do you dump the blob in first and then add the other two until it floats, or do you have to come up with a whole new mixture every time?
No, I just put the blob in, put some alcohol in, and then I put a little water in, and then until it was just kind of hovering.
Okay, so it's not like an all-day project.
No, and I was messing around with it for a while just to get it sorted right. I'm kind of slow, so but it works pretty good now. So now you can just imagine what happens. This thing is going to go down to the bottom here.
Right.
Okay. Now, something floats when it has less density than the liquid around it. Right now this thing sinks, so the density sits a little bit higher, but if you were to warm this up by putting, for example, a light bulb underneath, and you warmed up that yellow blob, its density would go down a little bit because it expands when you warm something up, and it would float up to the top. And that's how a lava lamp works. And if you look at these things over here, there's two lava lamps. This is one we got at the store. And this is one that I made myself. And this one works really kind of slowly, but every now and then you got a great big blob floating up in this one as well.
Just a few minutes ago it was doing that.
Right.
It looks like it's heating up for it.
So the key ingredient in all these is that you have two liquids that don't mix. And the one that's colored has a slightly higher density when it's nice and cold, so it sits at the bottom. But when you heat it up with a lamp, which is inside both of these things, the colored stuff expands, has slightly less density, floats up to the top. Of course, at the top here, it's a bit cooler, so it cools down again, and it sinks.
Okay, I have a question.
Well, here's the green one. See, it's got one floating up there.
There goes the green one right there.
When you heat this to decrease the density of the blob, aren't you also decreasing the density of the oil at the same time?
You are, but it's just that this blob stuff sits at the bottom, so it gets more heat.
Okay.
So, and all it takes to do this one we built, a student of mine, we have a coffee can, we have a light bulb inside the coffee can.
Okay.
We have a
big honking bottle.
Big honking bottle, and we mixed up the alcohol and the oil and stuff like that. Now you got to be real careful. You don't really want to do one of these at home unless you know what you're doing, because you have a hot thing, the light bulb, and you have flammable liquid, and that's another.
And those are not usually good things to mix together.
Not usually a good thing to mix unless you sort of know what you're doing. I'll put a bunch of links on my website for recipes for making these things if anybody's interested.
All right.
So what I want to do for the next several weeks, I said I want to do hands-on things, but I want people to send me ideas to do this, because people always have seen maybe things hands-on stuff they've done at school or things they've done other places, and I need suggestions. So I would love for people to email me ideas for hands-on things that you like, or maybe something that you want explained, and we'll start doing that next week.
And they can go to our website, wcia.com, click on the morning show icon, and there's a link there to the Wise Guy. You can email him directly right through us and get all that. See, it's questions for the Wise Guy, wiseguy@uiuc.edu.
Are we exempt from the questions?
No.
Good, because I have a whole list of them.
Great. We'll be 6 months just getting through Robert's questions. Thanks so much, Matt. This is really cool. Dude, it's really cool.
Psychedelic.
It is. We're just going to sit here and watch it.
I watched this all day yesterday. I was sitting in my office. I didn't get any work done.
You probably shouldn't say that on TV, Matt. It's not good.
Well, still to come on the morning show, another look at your weather on the threes. Anything else? Hello?